So, guys, this is my review for Hajime no Ippo Season 2, Episode 1. And with that, guys, let's dive into this review. So, finally getting around to beginning to watch the second season of Hajime no Ippo. The first, guys, that whole first season, yeah. It's one of the greatest sports animes ever. Just period. Just ever. And, walking into this one, I wasn't sure what to expect. Um, you know, the first half of the episode was just more so just focused on like Ippo, and crew, him celebrating the championship and all of that, and them getting back to the gym and just just having, the more, I want to say, more calmish uh tone to the beginning of the episode. Like, things didn't really get too seriously until past the halfway point where we started to focus on Miata. But with that too, though, I did like the fact that Ippo, he looks up to Miata. Even though, we know that him and, he even realizes, they're both, their focus is to fight each other. Like, that's the thing about it. Like, Miata wants to get better. He wants to get, he wants to get better. Ippo wants to get better. They want to ultimately meet in the ring to have a fight, because they never got a chance to do that. I mean, they brought up the fact that they were hoping to fight, and Miata loses in the championship fight, and doesn't even get a chance to fight Ippo at all. So there's that. So that was the focus, for them to meet in the fight, for them to probably even ultimately fight for the championship. That did not happen. So now, it was really good to see Miata. I was excited to see him, but then we see a cause for concern, just because of the fact that we found out from during his sparring with his brother, conversations with his dad. Miata wasn't around, but we see that his father's talking about the fact that he something went on overseas during his other fights, where something was going on with his weight, something going on with his physique, something specific just wasn't right with Miata's body. And I found it very, very interesting. I'm still curious about that, because I talked about it, how I even mentioned this in my reaction. Like, I had a family member go over to Africa, and she's so used to eating food here in the U.S. She goes over to Africa, eat their food, and she was saying how great their food was over there. She comes back home, and she eats the food here back home, and yeah, she has a specific reaction. Her stomach just wasn't, had to get readjusted to how she ate food here. So it could be something like that with Miata, because my family member, she got sick and stuff. So maybe that's what his father was talking about, like with his weight and everything, and trying to make it stick to a specific thing. Or I believe he mentioned talking about weight 126 too. Like, that was the main goal, and it was tough for them to get him back down to that weight. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, still a cause for concern for Miata, because he's preparing to go into this fight with this new challenger, and his name is Arnie Crocodile Gregory. He's a champion, and he's going to this fight to face the champion. And yeah, so that's just something that he had to prepare for. And once we get the introduction to Arnie, he definitely seems like a formidable foe, right? Plus his manager was hyping him up. Also hyping up the bloody cross attack of his. So it's just one of those things where you're walking into this, preparing to walk into this fight, this new challenger, and this new attack, and preparing to get ready to train, and hopefully things will work out, and this attack won't be too devastating. Who knows? But after watching this episode, it's just like, man, like, what's getting ready to happen in this fight? So, yeah, but the fight, the fight is coming. It's getting ready to happen, and he's getting ready. Miata's getting ready to face off against Arnie at the end of this episode. But again, the concern definitely is Miata's his physique and even his mind. Because he, like I said, he even thinks about Ippo and wanting to get the chance to fight. Like I said, even Ippo was thinking. So it's just like I feel like in this second season they're going to end up fighting each other. Whether one of them are a champion or both of them are a champion, I feel like they're gonna end up fighting each other in this season. That was my hope in the first season. So I'm hoping that will happen in this second season. But all in all, I did indeed enjoy episode 1 of season 2. I'm definitely looking forward to episode 2 of season 2 to come. But with that, leave some comments in the comment section, guys. What did y'all think of season 2, episode 1? When you first sat down and watch it for the first time, leave some comments. Let's talk about some things. But other than that, I will hopefully talk to y'all next time with more Hajime no Ippo season 2 videos. Peace, guys.